You are now tuned in to Sports Addict.
How about this, Cowboys?
What's the medal you got there around your neck?
Oh, this?
That, yeah.
Can you see it?
I can see it.
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
see what it says,
Oh,
but I can see it.
this is the pumpkin spice
Okay.
half 10K 5K.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did they place you? You finished.
yeah, for sure.
You finished. Did they give you like a place or nah? You just finish and you get your medal.
Well, you had to be in the upper echelon of runners to
Okay.
get
Okay.
a medal. They don't just give.
Okay.
It's not a participation award,
Got you.
Brian.
Got you. Got you.
I mean, you
Okay.
got to
What
be
was
up
what
there.
was the cause for?
I don't know.
Okay. Hey, who cares? You got some
So
good cardio in.
so my wife signed us up for this 10K, and
Yeah.
I just didn't say no. I just said, okay, let's do it. And we went out there, and we did it. We did pretty good, man. I mean, this is a participation award. I'm lying.
Okay.
This is participation.
It's
but,
cool.
But we did it.
Yeah. You did it.
We did
10K. What is that in miles?
That's
that in miles?
like six miles,
Oh.
6 something miles. In a
Oh
row.
yeah, you went crazy.
Yeah.
This was Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday morning, woke up.
So you knocked
early.
that out. Knocked that out Saturday
Mhm.
morning, and then you woke up Sunday
Mhm.
primed for our showdown with the Minnesota Vikings.
Yep.
And they showed up for a participation award. The Vikings.
Oh, that's all they got is an award.
That's that. Yeah, they
but
participated.
They showed up.
participated.
They showed up.
They showed up. And man, I haven't seen a complete game like that from all facets of the game from the Cowboys. I mean, we had some impressive blowout wins last year. Eagles come to mind. We kind of did them dirty last year. But man, a complete domination. We're gonna get all into every facet of the game, man. But of course, as always, welcome to another edition of Sports Attic with your boy Ryan and Trey.
We back.
Man, we back. Please, we appreciate the love. Comment, like, subscribe on all platforms, man. We appreciate it. But yeah, man, let's waste no time. Let's get into it. Dallas Cowboys go on the road and have a 40-3 win against the Minnesota Vikings, who came into the game 8-1. Well, actually made me look further. Hey, when I see somebody on the schedule, I watch football, right? It's on Red Zone. I see a glimpse and a good amount of every team every week. So when I saw Vegas, boy, they are something else. So when I saw we are on the road and we are favored against a 8-1 team who had just had a road win against the Buffalo Bills in a crazy game, obviously it raised my eyebrows. I think we're a good team. We were 6-3 at the time, but to be 8-1 and at home and be the underdog, I'm like, that's interesting. You know what I mean? That's interesting. So then I look more into their schedule, their past results. And I did see that they had beaten one team over 500, and that was the Buffalo Bills. Game was the one game that they've won against a above 500 team. So I'm like, but I never.
In fairness, there aren't many good teams.
It seems to be that case. Yeah, it seems to be that way. It does. And I think that just made a little more sense to me because I really was like, dang, you know what I mean? They 8-1. Why would they favor us? I think we're a good team, but I just didn't really understand that. Overall thoughts: complete domination. Cowboys 40-3. As you're watching that game, and me and you have both said that we enjoy blowouts. I watch every single second of that game. I could watch it again. I love it. I love it. Overall thoughts from the game. Well, what'd you think?
I would like to defer my time to you.
Okay.
I would like to understand what you thought of the game this week. And then I would like to.
Uh, I mean, it's kind of hard not to love everything you saw. In the game, you obviously started off in a dramatic fashion with Michael with the strip sack. Um, and we went down and scored 3 points. I think he tried to hit Schultz in the back of the end zone.
Perfect
And it,
pass.
yeah, and I'm when I watched it, you know what I said? I said I've said this before. I be feeling like receivers when they have the ability to put two hands on the ball and they just stick that one paw out there to
Well,
just.
on that one, I think that his left arm kind of got held a little bit.
He was. They were jostling a little bit, but it didn't look like to me like he couldn't get the arm up. It's like he was just kind of like maybe trying to hold him off a little bit with it and just stick the paw up there. Because if somebody's grabbing it, I think it makes it even more apparent if you try to reach up with the two hands
Right.
and they got it hooked.
Right.
That will probably draw the penalty a lot more. So boom, go up 3. They come down, I believe, and answer with the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Dalvin had some success early. I think he ended up finishing with 11 carries, 72 yards. But that first series, when they went down there and got the 3, he had some success again, kind of going on the edge. But they went away from it. Honestly, that looked like something we did last week. The run working, and they went away from it. And obviously, the game got to a point where they have to go away from it when you're down 30. But when the game was in the balance, I'm surprised the Vikings just, tried to turn it loose and put it on Kurt. They kind of went away from the run, and that was surprising. And hey, I loved it because I'm like, you falling right into the thing we do the best, and that's if you want to, drop back and throw the ball. Good luck. That's our strength as a defense, and they continue to do that. So obviously, a good day on both sides of the ball on all 3 phases. Brett Maher had a career day.
Mm-hmm.
The way he was kicking the ball, we ran the ball extremely well. Obviously it was a blowout, so we stuck with it. You know what I mean? We over I think it was like 40 times we ran the ball. So Kellen didn't get away from that, and then Dak, had a really good efficient day. We've always said we want to keep him in that 20 to 25 pass attempt range. He was right there at 25. Obviously super efficient, and as things just started rolling, the momentum is crazy. So everything started flowing one way, and it just became a tidal wave. So super accurate. Tony obviously had a big day. 15 rushes, 80 yards, had over 100 yards in the passing game. Zeke had some great goal line and short yardage work. And the defense, man, stepped up. Michael was really passionate and feeling like, regardless of what the offense did last week, he felt like they let one slip away from the defense that they want to be and know they can be to have a lead, 14-point lead and not get out of there with a win. They seem to take that personal statement win. They came into it. I heard Dak saying this is a playoff type game for us. So, whatever you take with that. But they came out ready to play, man. And I was extremely, extremely pleased, man. Again, I could watch that game all over again.
Well, I'm not gonna do a whole monologue following up what you just said because everything you just said was right on point. Most complete game I've ever seen. 4 field goals from Brett Maher, including a 60-yarder. Defense 7 sacks.
Yep.
Smothered Cousins all night.
Yep.
Offensively, good game plan. Ran the ball, stuck with the run. Dak threw the ball 25 times, 22 completions, 276 yards, 2 touchdowns. What can you say? That was a great performance. Great performance.
It was great.
Great performance. What I like to zero in on is these numbers.
Mm-hmm.
22 completions, 25 attempts, 88% completion, 276 yards, 11 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns, a quarterback rating of 139-3.
Yeah.
Great game, Dad.
Yeah.
Great game. So you say that when we lose, I never come in here and I just go right to Dak. Well, today I want to give Dak his flowers.
I don't think
Today,
you don't give Dak his flowers when he plays well.
today I want to specifically give Dak his flowers
Yeah.
because this game started off very similar to the Green Bay game. In being that in the Green Bay game, DeMarcus Lawrence got a strip sack early in the game, and we got the ball on the 10-yard line. In that situation, Dak threw an interception. If we had scored, or even if he didn't throw an interception in that position, the momentum doesn't flip. So that same thing kind of happened this week against Minnesota. We got an early strip sack, got the ball. We were able to drive it a little bit. We weren't able to score, like you said. Schultz missed a touchdown in the corner of the end zone.
Yep.
But we still got 3 points. Now they did come back and drive on us, and they had some success on us. But we were able to hold them in the goal line, force them to 3.
Yep.
From that point on, our offense stuck with the run. Dak was efficient on making passes, and we continued to put the pressure on them by scoring points.
Yep.
Now, what that did, because if you go look at the numbers, Cook yesterday had 11 carries for 72 yards. That's 6.5 yards a carry, but he only had 11 carries because they weren't able to stick with the run because they got into a position where they were down and they had to pass. So that game script yesterday, because of how well Dak played, was a perfect game script for how our defense is structured, and it was able for us to start flex or show off our strength, which is rushing the passer. Now, I believe that the reason why I come in and I'm so hard on Dak when we don't win is because when he doesn't play well like he played yesterday, it exposes the weaknesses that we have in other places, such as the defense stopping the run, because it gives the team more incentive to run the ball if they are winning the game or if the game is close. Then when we're behind and they're trailing, it forces the teams to change their game plan most of the time. And even if you stick with the run and we're putting our foot on the gas like we did yesterday, you're just wasting time. You're just helping yourself lose faster. So that's why I put so much criticism on Dak, because if the Cowboys are going to win, he needs to be efficient. But at the same time, we need to keep running the ball the way we did. I think that the fact that Zeke came back this week was a huge addition to the Cowboys. I know it doesn't look like it in the box score. When you look at his carries, I think he was 15 carries yesterday. He ran for 42 yards, which came out to be 2.8 yards a carry. He did score 2 touchdowns, but it doesn't look like a great day. But what reality is that he ended up getting some of those short, tough yards. I know early in the game he was running for over 5 yards a carry. Then he came in for Tony Pollard's second possession. He ran in a touchdown on a 1-yard goal line, which obviously is going to drop his yards per carry. And then he did it again later on in the end zone when he scored another goal line 1-yard touchdown. So I think that his day was more efficient than 2.8 yards per carry, simply because he was running for short yardage and distance. But I do think that mix that we had yesterday, by being able to get the ball to Tony Pollard out of the backfield, take like the second touchdown that he scored, he literally got out of the backfield. He took advantage of a mismatch that he had with a linebacker, kind of like on a wheel route on 3rd and 14.
Yeah.
Dak threw a perfect pass, hit him right over the shoulder and stride. Nobody's catching him. So I like that. I liked how Dak checked down to Tony Pollard on the other first touchdown, where he threw it to the far right. He just literally sprinted past everybody and scored another touchdown. Those are things that I'm happy to see from Dak. I haven't seen him utilize his running backs out of the backfield in a while, and I think we've been calling for Tony Pollard to be more active in the passing game for quite some time too. I know a lot of people like to put, the Zeke who get more carries. Now I think about it, Tony Pollard may not just be our most explosive running back. I think he may be our most explosive player.
Yeah, for sure.
And offensively, period.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we're gonna say he needs to get more carries than Zeke, we also need to say he needs to get more targets than CD, because that's how good he is. 109 reception yards yesterday, six receptions for 109 receiving yards out of the backfield, 2 tuds. I mean,
yeah.
We just need to find a way to get him the ball. I don't think we need to take away the ball from Zeke, because what Zeke does is important. It helps us stay on schedule. It makes sure we keep getting first downs, so we keep the chains moving. So, hats off to the game. Hats off to Kellen Moore for sticking with the run.
Absolutely.
Hats off to everybody. Hats off to the defense for hunting. I would like to see improvement from the defense stopping the run a little bit, just because when you look and you see a dude ran for 6.5 yards a carry, it doesn't seem like we're getting better at that. Knowing that that's our weakness, but I'm crossing my fingers that our offense can stay as consistent as they were yesterday, and
Yeah.
and the defense won't have to ever stop the run.
They're gonna have to stop the run, and at some point, especially playoff football. I think the Vikings, hey, that's their fault, and we do that to teams, and they let us off the hook, in my opinion, because yes, it got to a point where they down 30 or 27, and yes, now you have to just throw the ball. But there was a time, once we up 10-3, like the game is still in balance. You don't have to go so pass heavy anymore, and they let us off the hook after that drive where they got down and kicked the field goal. They kind of went away from Dalvin, and I'm like, okay.
Well, they
And
didn't
then,
really go away from him. What happened was they were getting in third downs, and what happened they didn't run the ball much on third down.
but
But
I don't think
when
they
they
was
got
running
it,
it early. I don't think they was really running it early. I mean, they was kind of, dropping back, throwing it, trying. I don't know. Hey, that's their problem. I do, again, like you just said, I'm not. I think we'll work towards it. I'm still not like, I saw enough edge rushes where I'm like, we're not getting penetration through the line. Like they hitting the second level before he even getting touched. So I still want to see, some improvement in that area. It's hard to nitpick. I don't even want to nitpick on a 40-3 game. But you said something interesting, and I, agree. Of course, when Dak is and the offense as a whole is humming like that. Um, I think that's the difference between a blowout win like we just saw, and then maybe just a closer game, when they're not humming. I think that's just like what we just saw was like A+ Cowboys. I don't
right.
expect that. We'd like to see that more than just popping out every now and then. Hopefully you get consistently like closer to that level. Um, but obviously, we're not gonna throw up 40 and have 7 sacks, all that every game. So when when you say Dak, when he doesn't play his best games and it kind of exposes the defense, I feel the same way about our coaching staff when they just trip out and call these crazy game scripts that don't even align with the makeup of our team. It exposes Dak and our receiving group. Like we're not even built to throw it 40 some odd times and be successful.
So it was
Uh,
reported. It was reported that Dak checked out of 22 runs last week.
Well, if that's the case, well, maybe I don't know. If that's really the case, then maybe the discussion needs to be with Dak to being like, hey, we have to have this type of balance. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I know they have that ability to do that, so I'm not surprised that he checked out all this stuff. Probably feeling himself, want to prove himself. He's been over on the bench and seeing all this success and want to prove
And
he that
I
guy.
give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's the read that he saw, and he felt like,
Yeah.
hey, well, we can't run into this defense right here because we're running
I
right
mean,
at
I
it.
get it. I want you to get out of bad plays and get into good plays, but at the end of the day, it's still no excuse for you throwing the ball 40 some odd times, especially when you're not being very successful. Like I don't, I would still rather see the run because you checked out all these runs, but every time I saw a run, it seemed to be pretty successful. So unless you really, if they putting 8 in the box to stop the run and you now checking out of it and having some success, I'm cool with it. But when you throw it 40 something times and not having success, seemed like we was getting off the field, especially not even converting third downs, we're just getting off the field. Like, yeah, bro, I don't, I get it. You know what I'm saying? If they're showing you looks that you want to get to a better play. But yeah, man, I couldn't help but to be, extremely excited, extremely like proud of the way the team put together 4 full quarters of a game like that. And they look good, man. They look good.
It's crazy that you said 4 full quarters because we didn't even play 4 full quarters.
Well, even the backups
No,
came in and still looked all right.
exactly my point.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what's good to see. Like, hey,
yeah,
even Malik Davis came in and looked nice.
yeah. They did.
Cooper Rush still came out there and threw for the same yards per average, yards per attempt as Dak did. So it's kind of
Yeah,
like you left it off right where we started. So it was a great team win, man. Tony Pollard, man, that boy is something special, man.
man, that's gonna be interesting. I'm not pay running back guy, and this is going to be interesting when it's time for him, when his
Franchise
contract
him.
comes up. That's what I was thinking, actually, right
Yeah.
before we got on the show. Franchise him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
franchise him. It's easy. You just franchise him.
Franchise
Hey,
him.
bro, we don't want to give you a long-term contract because we
Yeah.
don't believe in paying.
But we're going to pay you nicely for this
But
year.
we're gonna pay you handsomely for this year right
Yeah.
now, just because we do think you got at least another year, or take this year and show me that you have it. But Tony Pollard is a couple of years into his career, and it's very rare that a guy gets this many years into his career before he kind of like at
Pop
that
off.
position. At that position, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Well, maybe that's our organization.
that's what it
Because
what do you mean?
maybe we just haven't been given enough opportunities at our own fault. Like, it's
Well,
not like he ain't been productive. You know, he's kind of got some years of averaging a certain amount of yards a touch. So maybe we should just gave him like more closer to 10 to 12, even, you know, a couple years ago, touches, and we just didn't.
Nah, and that's kind of been my gripe with the Cowboys for a long time. Like, take advantage of mismatches. What we're seeing with Zeke and Pollard is the same thing that I'm seeing with McCaffrey and like Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah.
Like the same thing that you're seeing with like Monsart and Jeff Wilson. Like that nice balanced pairing of running backs where you can run the ball for a high percentage, stay efficient, keep the chains moving, and you can throw the ball efficiently to at least one or two of them out of the backfield. And
Zeke is Mitchell and Pollard is Christian.
as far as their role,
Okay. And production.
as far as their role,
Okay. All right.
as far as their role.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Zeke did his thing, though. He been having some nice blocks.
What, do you see them touchdowns?
It's short yardage. It's short yardage.
2 touchdowns?
He has a knack. He has a knack for the short yardage.
Yeah. Those are important.
They are important.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's
important.
50 million important, but it's important.
Hey, he didn't get $50 million to do what he's doing right now. He got $50 million because he put the Cowboys on his back for 3 years.
He was going crazy.
3 years. He deserved his contract. So let's not say, Dak is a different story. Dak was never the person who carried our team, and then he gets $40 million. That was just a mistake in the accounting.
It wasn't a mistake. It
was a mistake in the accounting department. They should have went ahead and paid.
Paid him earlier. He was ready to get paid. Yeah.
When Steven and that for like 3 straight years, they were going back and forth whether or not they were supposed to pay Dak or not. And if you had just got it done sooner, then he wouldn't be $40 million dude, and then you couldn't say, "Hey, well, he making $40 million anymore." So it's not on that.
Have you ever liked the serious question? Have you ever liked the Cowboys quarterback?
Yeah, I liked Romo at first. I was riding with Romo when he remember he fumbled the snap on the field goal.
Yeah,
that was my boy at that point.
It was slick. Yeah,
he was my boy at the time.
Yeah,
and over time, when you watch every single game that these dudes play, sometimes you get to a point where you feel like, okay, I don't think this person can do it. Now, I didn't like that. Like I rooted for Dak to get Romo's spot actually.
Yeah.
So
you did not like Romo, boy. Yeah.
Toward the end for sure.
Yeah.
Toward the end for sure.
Yeah.
But I think that Romo is more talented than Dak is. I said that until I seen that pass that Dak made yesterday. Now, let me give Dak some credit because that pass that he made right before halftime to CeeDee Lamb when they got their feet on the turf, that was the best pass that I've ever seen Dak make. That was
very
nice.
impressive.
And if it's not the best, because he's made some good passes.
He's made some nice passes in his career.
But that pass there was
very nice.
Was a Aaron Rodgers-esque pass. It reminded me of the pass Aaron Rodgers did to us in the playoffs. It had me marveling about how good of a pass that was. That was very nice. Great play by CeeDee Lamb to catch that ball. But that's
the difference right there with what you just said between like a guy like Aaron and Dak is he did it in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? To go down and beat us in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That's just,
making plays like this gives you the confidence to do stuff like that in the playoffs.
That's true.
But I can't say I've never, because in that game that we are talking about, Dak had played well in that game.
He did.
He played well. And Aaron Rodgers does. But that's what I want. Well, I like the game plan that we had yesterday. Keep
Yes,
getting the
man.
ball, keep getting the ball,
Keep
and
running the
and out.
ball.
Yeah,
O-line looking good, man. That Terrence Steele, yeah, we got us one with that one. I did not expect this trajectory for him to like improve this much. Like he got to be one of the best right tackles. Every time they show his film, and of course he's got that chemistry with Zach being right, to his left. And they really handling business up front.
yeah.
They
No,
really
and
handling business.
Tyler Smith, the same.
Yeah, they put him back at left guard for some snaps.
Yeah, they did that in the second half.
Yeah,
At the end of the game, and obviously that's telling as to what they're gonna do when Tyron Smith comes back in a
Tyron.
few weeks. So
Yeah.
they probably gonna kick him inside and put Tyron outside. Now, if that is the case, then what are you gonna do with us?
Yeah, hopefully Tyron can stay healthy for that last stretch.
Even if he can't, we've been doing well without him
I'm
already.
surprised Jason Peters hasn't played. They keep him McGovern out
It was
there.
just the insurance. Man, shout out to Jason Peters. Came off his couch, played about 5 or 6 plays,
Getting some bread.
Just a
He
mentor.
probably chilling.
Now, you made that funny joke about Zeke just a while ago about short yardage back. In the playoffs, when the weather changes and it gets cold, you're going to need a dude like Zeke to get those tough yards because Tony Pollard's not going to be able to do it. Yeah, Tony Pollard is more explosive than Zeke is right now. Much faster, more elusive. He breaks tackles with speed and not necessarily power, But with that said, in the playoffs, when it's cold, can Pollard do that?
I think people sleep on Tony's ability to break tackles with power too, but I'm not saying that Zeke isn't. Like, he's really good at that. He's really got a knack for short yardage and falling forward. So I'm not taking that away from him. He's really good at that, and we definitely need that. 3rd and 1, feel very confident that if you don't hit him behind the line of scrimmage, before he can get going, he's going to get the first down, or he's going to get, we're at the goal line, like he's going to fall forward. So, yeah, it's very important, and it's definitely needed and a big plus to our team. So I'm joking when I say it a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I mean, if you think Zeke is Zeke, we go as Zeke go, and that's
not
real.
true though. That's not true.
Zeke didn't play last.
Go as Zeke go.
We don't go as Zeke didn't play last week and we lost.
Yeah, we should have kept running the ball though. We were just fine.
Yeah,
Tony and Malik could have got the job done,
but they didn't.
Yeah, because they didn't get the opportunity to. Kellen didn't get the job done, and Dak didn't get the job done, and the defense didn't get the job done. But them guys was getting the job done.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought you was gonna leave it at Dak, didn't I? Know you was gonna go on with the defense and.
I mean, at the end of the day, with the offensive trials and tribulations was going on there, y'all still had a 14-point lead in 15 minutes to go. So we, like you said, when you feel like you're disappointed when you see the capabilities of what you got, when you see what they did yesterday. You can't imagine that defense giving up more than 14 points in a quarter.
Yeah, when we're ahead, because our defense is built to hunt quarterbacks, not.
We were ahead. We were up 14 in the 4th quarter. They got to throw it.
Yeah. Oh, they did throw it. No, they
weren't throwing it. They did stick with the run to get back in the game, but I mean, your excuse can't be like we up 14 points. Like we was thinking they was gonna pin our ears back.
But you also giving up the run. But you also can't just say, okay, well, you up 14 points. All right, if we're up 14 points, that means we ain't stopping nobody and you ain't scoring. Like if I'm on defense and offense, so like the defense ain't stopping nobody, but the offense wasn't scoring either. So
no, it's both of their fault. I'm saying, right. But you can also say, that should be.
But when we're on offense, the way the football game goes, and when you're on offense, you dictate the game, you dictate the tempo, you dictate the speed of what's going on. So that's why I mentioned Zeke is important because he keeps us on schedule. He keeps us being able to control the game flow. So when we're on defense, we can't really do that. It's just what it is. We either ahead and we can rush the passer, or we down, or we close and we need to watch for everything.
Sure. No, I get it. I'm just saying we just went away from the run, which was dumb. We've lamented that, what I'm saying, all last.
But if Zeke was there, you would have had the confidence to stick with the run because you can trust him.
No, you can trust Tony.
You can't trust him. You can trust Tony. You can trust Tony.
Yeah, we should have ran the ball.
We should have threw the ball. We should have threw out of the 46 passes. He should have threw more to Tony Pollard that game.
Yeah, I mean, we should have just ran it. I don't even want to see 40 something anything. Like, no. Like, it should be 40, closer to 40 runs. Like, we shouldn't be throwing the ball. You shouldn't be throwing the ball that much.
When you got two running backs with the caliber that we have in Zeke and Tony, we should be running the ball like 30 times, 35 times,
Easy.
40 times a game. We really should. And I'm not even joking. Like, I'm joking
we
about
should.
Like, we really should be running about 40 times a game.
So, like, that whole thing about checking out the runs, like, that can't be your excuse, Dak. Like, you better be having one of them days where you just own it and you getting looks and you going crazy. But other than that, bro, like, that ain't it.
Did you hear his comment about a heat check?
Nah.
Man, they asked him about the interceptions last week. And he said, that was kind of like for lack of a better
Basketball
term,
player.
Heat check. No, he said he threw a heat check when he threw the interception against Green Bay, and that made me mad when I heard that.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't Steph Curry to be making no heat check. Y'all don't know if you there to be that, and you wasn't even on fire.
That's what I'm saying. That's just a bad analogy because you wasn't on fire. You wasn't just going crazy and then like, okay, I'm feeling it. Like a heat check mean you done hit 3 or 4 in a row and you shoot a shot you typically wouldn't shoot.
But what he really meant is that he's confident that he can make that play.
Gotcha. And that's cool. I'm glad you're confident, but
don't make that play.
Don't do that. Whatever was going on, right? We talked. We don't know. Whatever was going on. But
know.
man,
we know.
We turn around real quick.
We do know. We know. It's Dak.
Okay.
It was for real. So the first one in the end zone, they tried to run like this little route where they wanted CeeDee Lamb to have outside leverage. So they had Dalton Schultz trying to get inside. He got bumped outside. So when he got bumped outside, him and CD bumped into each other. What Dak was expecting was them not to bump into each other, and Dalton Schultz was supposed to come back over in the inside, and he didn't ever come back over because of the whatever happened at the top of the route. But like you said, he should have been able to see that he got bumped into outside leverage and not through the ball. But go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was moving on to as we got a quick turnaround, which is a big time game for many reasons. Got the Giants, who was 7-3 as well. I still feel like they're overachieving, but
they are
whatever.
Overachieving because the whole NFL is overachieving. This is our year. This is the Cowboys' year. This is our year.
Hey, we got a shot.
I'm telling you, this is our year.
We're one of the contenders. We're one of the contenders.
Dak Prescott win the Super Bowl. He'll be my favorite Cowboy of all time.
He should.
He will be my favorite of all time.
So we got. Do you not feel like this whole Giants matchup? Obviously, a huge matchup for not only the division but the playoffs. It feels like an audition for Odell.
Oh yeah, they calling it the Beckham Bowl.
Yeah. I feel like he on the recruiting trip. You know what I'm saying? And the last 2 finalists of who he's selecting to go to are recruiting them.
In my opinion, I would like Odell, but forget him. Like, why are we doing all this?
I don't know why they going so. Like, I've never seen the players, be so adamant about like calling out saying they want to play. I know we in different times now.
Michael tweeting them and stuff.
What I really think it is like, I think the players and the fan base are sick of seeing year after year championship contenders make a move that you feel like they going for it, and we just stand pat and we don't do nothing. I think they're like, bro, let's go for it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Whether this guy takes us over the top or not, just do something.
Yeah,
they make us feel like they make it feel like we going for it. You know what I'm saying? You see it every time. You see it all the time. Teams make a move. May not be, whether it was the Chiefs, trying to add another weapon. It might not even be the Super Bowl move, but it's something to just say like, hey, we trying to take another step.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We're trying to win right now.
We're trying to win. And I think people want to see that, and the team want to see that.
I want to see it.
That's what I think it is.
I want to see it too, but like when I think about it, I saw something that said he's not gonna make his decision to December. So I'm like, well, dang, how many games we got left?
Yeah, he's like he coming like right before the playoffs.
We got 7 games. Yeah. So how much chemistry could he have? Now, is he good? Yeah, but is it worth all this hype? And I ain't he talking about $20 million now.
Yeah.
Because he won a multi-year deal. Now that would be kind of cool because you're talking about it for next year. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love Odell. Don't get me wrong. I would love
Yeah.
Odell, especially if he's healthy. And he and the Cowboys would be married. I mean, they're a perfect marriage. Odell,
and if he come in, especially if we continue to run the ball like we're supposed to, he's gonna get one-on-one coverage.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you need him coming in beating bracket coverage and all this. You know, like it's just one guy. You know,
But they're not gonna pay Odell and then pay CD.
they're gonna pay CD. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. Stephen Jones might be like, "Nah, we good." Like it's
I
too much
believe
money.
you on that when you was like, "Nah, they're gonna pay CD." I don't know.
They're gonna pay CD. No, I'm saying I don't know about Odell. Then because if it's one or the other, like they gonna.
I mean,
pay
they
CD.
done put CD in the 88.
88,
jersey.
like they're gonna pay him. I mean, he's a younger guy, not having 2 ACL injury. Like that's apples and oranges. It's just they might be your boy. That might be that post June 1 cut for 10 mil right there.
Yeah, well, I thought that was gonna happen anyway.
I know, but that might be the bread right there. That's 10 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we'll see, but that's a super important game. We turn it around and what?
I wouldn't like it if the Cowboys did that.
They're going to do that. They're going to give Zeke the opportunity to restructure and maybe come down for a lower number.
They better show him some respect and do that. That's what they better do.
We'll see what happens. I mean, but he right on tab for that post June 1.
That's messed. Yeah, but that's just the business of it.
That's just the business of it, for real.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to be funny. It's just making a lot of money. Yeah,
right.
Come on. You probably, and they probably go to him and be like, "We'd love to have you back." You know what I'm saying? Just got to be at a certain number. I'm sure he's gonna be like, depending on what his other offers look like, he might do it.
I don't want him to go nowhere. Go ahead and take the restructure. Just like DeMarcus Lawrence. You get you another $10 million.
Yeah.
Like DeMarcus Lawrence said, all right, I don't want to take 20. I'm making 20, but I take 10, but you do give me 3 years. So I'm going to make 30.
Yeah. Bet. We'll see.
Zeke work something out like that.
I think it's time.
Time for what?
You don't resign. Even at a number. I wouldn't even want that. Even at a number. Just the running back position, bro. Go draft a running back in the 3rd or 4th round and you be all right. Wow. Continue to put them resources in the trenches. Go get you another old lineman.
What if we win a Super Bowl?
Cool. Appreciate you, Zeke. It's been fantastic, my brother.
Nah.
Real talk.
That's not what the Jerry Jones and them going to do.
I know they won't.
If we win a Super Bowl, Zeke might not get a big contract, but he will definitely be back on the Cowboys next year.
Yeah, man, that's why we falter.
Yeah, and he will definitely be on.
He definitely go get a running back in the 3rd or 4th round. And
but to be
fresh
honest,
legs, fresh out of college.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. To be honest, though, if we won a Super Bowl this year and they did that, and like you said, that's why we falter. Like that's stupid of us to do, which I would agree with. But if we won a Super Bowl, we wouldn't care. Like when
you win a Super Bowl, you buy like at least 3 to 5 years of just like whatever, bro.
That whole contract can go bad before we be like dang. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
you bought some time, but I still would look at that move and be like, this is why we won't win another one.
Well, I mean,
maybe something like
personally,
that.
I just want to win one, and I'd be cool with that.
So would I.
I'd be cool. Like real, I'd be fine. Like all right, I watch football.
You can definitely get one of these running backs out the draft, man. 20, 21 years old, fresh legs, and come on, short yardage, 3 down back, and still, if you want to keep Tony, come on. It's just a business. He's made a lot of money. Ain't no reason to feel sorry for him.
I don't feel sorry for Zeke.
Yeah. Look, you looked a little down when I said 22 first legs. You was like,
yeah. No, because you're not. Everything you're saying is truthful. I like Zeke. Yeah. I'm a fan of Zeke. I don't want to see Zeke playing for another team, a championship contender trying to win the championship. I'd be mad in the mud if he got picked up by Kansas City and then they went on to win 2 Super Bowls with Zeke. Make me mad.
I would see them doing something like if we couldn't come to terms with Tony and they go, that's who the Chiefs would be trying to get.
Nah, they'll take Zeke.
They take a Tony Pollard too.
They're not gonna get a chance to take a Tony Pollard. He's
hope
not
not.
gonna be on the market.
I hope not, because that
You
would
ain't
be
gonna
crazy.
get a chance to.
That would be crazy. Yeah,
And
in that offense. But we turn around right back at it Thanksgiving Day, man. What you ain't cooking nothing, dog?
I got honey baked hams.
Hey, I'm gonna keep y'all informed, man. I'm in charge of the prime rib. I'm gonna smoke it on the green egg this year. We're gonna put a little video together and show y'all how it come out.
That's when you know you're getting money.
It's going down.
When for Thanksgiving you don't even eat turkey and ham. You just
We do have turkey and ham.
Oh, that's an addition.
This ain't my idea. Hey, this is we with the Mrs. family this year.
Mm-hmm.
They from DC, so it's they got a big family here.
Mm-hmm.
So potluck style, of course.
Oh, wait a minute. So you going to the in-laws' house and your responsibility is to make the prime rib.
Facts.
What if the prime rib isn't good?
It's gonna be fantastic.
But what if it isn't?
I've studied. I've done it. It not. You can't really mess it up, honestly.
Oh wow. That's
For real.
That's like saying he shoots 90% from the free throw line just as a dude starts shooting the free throw. Better jinx yourself.
I hope not. But it doesn't look too difficult, too crazy.
No, okay.
But we'll see. Well, I'm gonna keep y'all tuned in for sure.
Yeah,
we'll be right back as we get ready for the Giants game. We'll carve out some time in to get that preview up and out before Thanksgiving. But as always, we definitely appreciate y'all. Appreciate the support. Y'all continue to comment, like, subscribe, and we back at y'all in a couple days. We're gonna holler at y'all. We out.